Welcome. Today we have Agnes Geets. Agnes is from Belgium, phenomenal artist, and she will be our demonstrator today. I didn't ask you, Agnes, do you want people to ask you questions as you're working or at the end? Which is your preference?
Well, let me ask if I'm working. Well, I don't know if I can finish it today as well, so I don't mind.
Okay. Yeah,
it could be that I have to repeat their questions a second time because I'm maybe not focused on the question and more on the painting, but you have to deal with that.
Not a problem, not a problem. Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome Facebook, welcome Zoom, welcome Agnes. Good to see you. See you soon in Bologna.
Yes.
Ethel, do we have a presentation for Agnes?
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Okay. In case you have not followed Agnes, Agnes has an Instagram account. This is her handle. It's her name, easy to remember. That's Agnes_Geets. And same with Facebook. So Agnes, the next couple of slides are your artworks. We'd be happy to hear a line or two for each of these. We start with this one.
This one I made for the competition with our own watercolor society for an exhibition. I really loved how the sweater turned out because I was afraid that it was not going to look woolly, you know.
What size is this?
Oh, I think half, how do you call a half sheet?
It's beautiful.
I was happy with the bottles as well. This one, well, it was in this year I sent it in for the watercolor masters in the UK next year. I was really surprised that he got a top 10 with, what was it called? An excellence award or something. So I was really, really happy with that. I was touched by the photo of the little girl. It was a Facebook connection that had put a photo of his daughter on Facebook, and I found it so lovely that I really wanted to get her on paper. It's not maybe, well, it's a little bit older, I think. Well, no, about from 2020. So I was not really happy with the result, but I like the softness that I gave this portrait. This guy, he never knew I have painted him, I think. It was when I was on a trip to New York, and he was with a lot of people on a bench in one of the parks in New York, and I just took from a distance his photo. But I really, really loved the way he looked, the details that I got in his shirt and everything.
It's nice.
Lovely.
Well, it was one of those lucky, how do you call it? Lucky coincidence? No, I don't know in English what the expression. It turned out better than I thought it would be. It just flow out of my brush, you know, and it's one of those paintings that I think, how on earth did I ever do that? I don't know if I can repeat it again, you know. It's maybe a feeling that a lot of us have had some time. I don't know, but this was like that. I don't know if I could paint it again. It's certainly not this way. It would be totally different, probably. That has been on the George Politis Watercolor International 5 2 years ago. It's still on its way because I never got the time to get it back from one of my Belgian friends who was sent to her, and I still have to get it back. But it's safe. I know it's safe, so.
So dynamic and just the beauty. It almost looks like a sculpture, the way you've used the paint to create the volume of shadow. This is striking. It's very masterful.
Thank you. Yeah, this was just a fun thing that I did.
Bravo.
Oh, it was
Who is that?
2017 I did this, I think.
And
a few years younger, John, but
is it John? And
2017, I think, so it's almost 6 years ago.
Wow. And since we are on this slide now with a slide of one of the most special person in our midst today, who happens to celebrate his birthday as well. So why don't we all sing a happy birthday?
Don't make me blush. Red.
In the count of
happy birthday, John.
everybody. In the count of 3. 1,
happy birthday.
2, 3. Let's all sing.
Birthday, John.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday,
John.
Happy birthday to you. Bravo.
John.
It's wonderful to share it with you today. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Surprise story.
Put away the
Agnes,
birthday.
thank you for giving me the time, Agnes. Thank you for going to turn red. So, Agnes,
Yes.
Are you doing a portrait today?
I'm going to paint a portrait because I think it's, well, I am convinced that it's one of the best things that I can do. I can paint other things as well, but I'm more confident in painting portraits. I don't know why. And to be honest, many people always say that I have some natural ability to paint portraits, that I have a talent in portraits.
Well, I'm
Although,
going to include myself on that. Your portraits were beautiful. They were
yeah,
beautiful.
although many people tell me, and I don't know, but many people tell me that portraits are the most difficult thing to do in watercolor. So, but I just love it.
It shows. Okay.
Well, it's like the difficulty for me is not painting the portraits, it's or would I say the skill of painting portraits. The difficulty in portrait painting is for me the way how you do it. I mean, when you have, I use, when I paint, when I have photographs that I have from sites like, I like the photos on Pexels and Unsplash. Well, you are free, like the dark person that I've painted. You're more free in trying out different things. You are loose and free, and to bring something on the paper. While when you have someone that asks you to paint a portrait, so to commission work, you're really stuck between what you want to paint and what your buyers or the ones who asked to paint someone, what they want to see. And that's really sometimes a conflict situation, because so tight in painting what you see, and even then, because they know how those people are. You are just focused on the photos you have in your position. When I do a commission, I always ask 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos maybe to have an idea how that person looks. Because on one photo you can see a certain feature of the face better than on another photo. So you need more than one photo to paint a portrait from someone. And that's for me the most difficult in portrait painting.
You have samples of what you're going to be pictures of the portrait today that you're going to be showing us, that you're going to be working with?
Yeah. I will do maybe show you. I will do this man.
Wow.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
It's a
A lot of character.
Cuban man, yes. It's a Cuban man. So I'm going to try to paint the photo because, well, I don't know the man, of course. It's not the Cuban man. I'm not from family or something, or whatever, because the difficulty in painting is for me, I don't paint easily family members or friends that are close to me because you know them too well or somehow. I don't know why it is, but is it coincidence? The only portraits that I made well from family members, they are deceased. My father, my grandfather, but the living family members, I have no ability to paint them well. But okay, I'm just going to try this one. Keep in mind, I have no formal art education. I've only have done a few workshops and that's it. So the rest is my own sort of teaching, or what would I call it? Sort of education. So.
Okay.
You want me to talk about how I approach?
I think viewers will probably ask you questions as you start to paint.
Okay.
To give you as much time as possible.
Okay.
Give Agnes some time to do the switching. The camera.
I will tell you that I just have, well, I have the basic colors, of course. I'm going to put them away now. I have cobalt blue by hand, French ultramarine, burnt sienna. And then I use just a few yellows, like lemon yellow, new Camboge, raw sienna, yellow ochre, azure yellow, and a few reds. Rose madder is one of my favorites. And well, I try always new ones. So the rhodonite genuine, I like very much. I haven't used it a long time, but I like it very much. And I just try to make a combination with all those reds and yellows. Like I said, I have no formal art education, so I just try something and that's all. Okay. The drawing that I've done already before, I just, well, some people use grids. I don't know if you can.
Other way.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
I just have a few lines, you see, like the way of the, I don't know how to explain in English, but just to form how it goes, how his face goes, like that. I have always a black and white photo to see the values, and the original photograph I have as well by hand. Okay, I tell you, I'm still looking of trying to find my very important painting, and it's not always the same approach that I use, but I'm going to start with a blue under layer for the shadow side of the face. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other screen. Okay. I hope the light is well enough.
Agnes, you're being asked by a few people what your favorite paper is.
Well, this time, I've always painted on arches, but this time I have it and I like it very much. I'm painting now on biohung paper.
What kind?
Biohung. I love it. You have to get used a little bit on the paper, but I love using it. Oh yes, something I want to tell you. I also have, when I don't use masking very much, but I found this in the art shop. It has a rubber point, and it's easily to use when you use masking, because it has just a rubber point. You can just pull it off. You don't need your brushes or anything, or it's just handy. Yeah, put some of my brushes and I have some room.
Angus, is it cold press, hot, or rough?
Now, cold pressed. For portraits, sorry, I'm going to pick my order. For portraits, I use cold press.
Can someone spell the name of that paper? I've never heard of it before.
It's Baohong.
Bohong.
Okay.
It's a bohong paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good paper.
It's a Chinese paper.
I've never seen it here. Bahong. Okay. Thank you.
I believe it's an Asian paper that's fairly highly regarded.
Yeah, it sounds like a Korean word.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a Chinese paper.
Yeah.
Oh, Chinese. Okay.
As you noticed, I just used an old towel to just rip off too much water from the brush.
Agnes.
Yes.
Hello, this is Ian. Are you thinking more about tonal values in the painting at this stage? The darks and the light areas?
But I don't understand your question really.
It looks to me that you put in dark tones in.
Yes, I use the blue for a bit of shadow from the start.
Right, thank you.
shouldn't be here, but I hope it will be covered. At the end.
Hi, Agnes. This is Rajat
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
So, since how long you're using Daniel Smith colors?
John, since when do I know you?
That's a good answer. Thank you. Got it.
Probably since I learned to know about Daniel Smith when I was in family. I think that must be
2015?
10 years ago or something.
I think 2015 it should be, or 16.
Well, probably.
Yeah, right. Got it. Thank you.
But I just love the, how would I say, the I can't, I'm looking for the English word, the, how it's behaving, how the not the thickness, but how do you call it?
It's transparency.
No, not the. It's very like
Eminence.
I'll come up later because I can't come on the name of the word in English.
I really enjoyed reading the blog at Daniel Smith about Angus. She answered has some really nice answers to the questions. If you get a chance, read that. I was wondering if you could share a little bit more about how your parents encouraged you to do art.
Well, my dad, of course, as you could read, has never really, well, he never knew it, of course, because he died when I learned about watercolor. So, and I'm really, sometimes it saddens me that he never has experienced or have seen what I have done in the meanwhile. That's really saddens me sometimes, you know.
Agnes, is it important to you in your painting to get the eyes in as soon as possible?
Yeah, often I do, because I find it when I know the eyes are more correct or more lively, I know the rest will come as well.
Get the eyes in and right.
Yeah.
Get the painting right.
Exactly.
Agnes,
Yes.
can I ask you what brush you're using there?
It's just one of the travel brushes of Escoda, the blue, excuse me, the blue series.
Thank you.
May I ask again what the colors are that you're using? I had trouble hearing you.
Okay. I have different yellows. New Cambodia I like very much. I have a lemon yellow, a yellow ochre, a rose sienna. I have cadmium red, alizarin, rosemary, rhodonite, and that's everything.
Thank you.
So it's like once I
Agnes, what are some of your favorite colors for skin tones to mix?
The rhodonite as a red, I like very much. It depends if you have to paint an older skin, of course, or a younger skin. Is it in really sunlight or not? That really depends, actually. But the rhodonite I like these days very much.
Thank you. Agnes, there's a question in the chat. If you wet your paper first.
If I have put water on it, or what was the question?
If you wet your paper with
No.
water before
No,
starting.
I didn't. No.
Thank you.
Agnes, do you always use a photo reference?
Yeah. I'm still, well, maybe when I retire in 2 years, I will have time to follow a live portrait class, and that is something that I still want to do. Some people ask me often, how long does a painting takes you to paint? I honestly can't answer, because when you're working, when you have a job, you paint sometimes in the evening hours, okay, but then it's not always easy to tell how long I paint. That's why I can't tell exactly how long it will take me this time. And that's also why I could speed it up with a hairdryer, but I have to look for one, because I normally don't use it, because when you don't have much time to paint, it has time enough to dry.
Just watching this painting come to life. It's wonderful.
I think there's a little bit of watercolor magic happening, because already I feel that I can look into his eyes. Do any of you guys see that?
Yeah. It's nice.
I've been captivated
His
with
eyes
him
are
ever
great.
since he
The eyes are
started.
great. Yeah.
That's the reason why it's important to get that foundation of the eyes in.
First, yeah.
Yeah.
You say you are self-taught. I was wondering how you got your color sense. Did you have art lessons or anything in school?
No, not at all.
Because
that just has. I followed a workshop with Stan Miller.
Van Miller is good.
Yes, and he's really into details painting. So, and that's probably why I tried everything, because he's like saying you have to have your drawing rights, and then he used those two open squares. I don't know if I have them here. Just a square hole in it, and he put it on his photo and one on the painting, and you have to make sure you have the same value. He doesn't mind about the color, but he always was telling us you have to have the value right. That's the most important. The color is not important. And that's something that I always kept in my mind.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
That's why I like this brush, because it has a point, but also goes flat if you like.
It looks like a Chinese brush to me.
Could be.
Yeah.
It only said solo mini calligraphy.
It's either a Chinese or Japanese calligraphy brush.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's a Michael Sullivan brush.
Yeah.
Ah.
A very generous guy as well.
Yeah.
Highly recommend you getting the full set. They're so good.
How many brushes are in the set, Gabriel?
5.
When Michael does his videos on a Monday, I know they're only like quick videos, but he tends to just use 3 brushes. The hake, or whatever you want to call it, the one that is being shown now, and a rigger brush.
I like Baron because it allows you to take paint away as well. You know the word I was looking for is the consistency of the paint. That's what I like about the Daniel Smith paints.
Agnes.
How am I doing in time, I mean?
About 12 more minutes.
That goes quick.
It goes quick. But you've done so much in that time.
I take more time to mix and everything, but
Agnes,
yeah.
On the light side of the face, the background, how are you going to deal with that? Are you going to make that very dark, or just let the light fade into the
It
face?
depends. I did this chap before because it's my first ever demonstration. So I want to make sure that I knew where it should be going, at least. And I've done it before, and I did. Maybe I can show you that because we have not very minutes. Excuse me for the spot. It wasn't supposed to be, but no. That's not okay. I did this one before with a blue background.
Yeah.
You see? But to practice a quick yesterday evening, but it's a smaller one. This has no background, and I like it as well. It's not finished yet, but it's just out.
Fades out,
Bring here a bit of shadow to let that come out.
Yeah.
But nothing here.
No.
Just a bit there. But it's just a quick sketch because it's not very, 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 very good painting, but I wanted to practice before going live before you.
Can I ask, is your paper tilted
Excuse
or
me?
flat?
It's a little bit tilted. I use it's from furniture, I think. It's just a cardboard
I
thing.
see, thank you.
With faces and portraits, it's so important to be kind of accurate. Do you trace or do freehand drawings or?
No, that's what I showed in the beginning. I do freehand, but I only have some lines like how is it straight or a bit like this? This is face going, this face is going that way, and on the other side that way. I see where the base of his eyes are going a bit upwards to the left. So that's just the lines that I trace, and that's all. The rest is all freehand drawing.
Wow, you're pretty good then.
You are very good. Wow.
It's sometimes referred to that as a loose grid system, in contrast to a fixed grid, which is sets of lines that go vertical and horizontal.
Whatever it is, he's good at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Angus, I'm not buying it that you're a hobbyist. You're very...
Me either.
I am, though.
I think we're all hobbyists.
You hold two brushes in your hand like pratful.
It's all in the thing and like what you are like doing.
Agnes, I like you leave white of the paper.
Excuse me?
I like that you use the white of the paper.
Okay, yeah. I don't like masking very much, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. I just put a little thing in the eye, and that's all I have done of masking. It's not that I am against it or something. It's just that I don't like it very much.
Do you ever go over any white areas with something like gouache or opaque white paint?
No.
No.
Actually, everything is a bit too wet, but I hope that you see where I'm going.
It's coming out beautiful, Agnes. Very nice.
With every layer that's going on, you're creating more and more dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah,
there
everyone who does watercolor knows that it dries much lighter up than you put it on the paper, right?
Mm. Agnes, have you tried doing face portraiture with gouache?
No, not really. I have a few tubes in my closet, and I haven't tried it yet.
You must have a go at doing that. You'll find it very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You made this guy very famous. Please look out who is he.
Agnes, I would have never known this was your first demo. You present like a complete pro. Thank you so much for how you present and how you teach us and how you guide us through your process. Thank you.
Okay.
I agree with Buffy. Thank you so much. I had no idea this was your first time. I've never painted a human portrait before, but you have inspired me to try. So thank you.
Well, as my tutor, one of my tutors, Stan Miller, says, you just have to see that your drawing is right. That's the most important thing.
Do you photograph people, Agnes? Where do you get your models?
My have some sites that I visit to see their interesting portraits, like Pexels or Unsplash. I have also a friend of mine who is a very good photographer, and he often, well, no, he goes every year to Greece. And then I see again a portrait that he took, and I tell him, well, wow, what a portrait. Can I use it? Oh, yes, of course. I will be flattered if you do. So,
That's great.
but I hope I don't overwork it, because I have a habit to do so, and certainly in circumstances like this now. If I have more time, like during the holidays or so, then I rather start a new one that I can work on both paintings at the same time.
So Agnes, will you post the finished painting?
Well, I will. Okay.
I know it might take a while. And before we're done, can you show the original black and white and the color and what you've done so far, please?
Okay.
That's amazing work she's done.
Yes.
Wow.
Like, well, there's the original one.
Wow.
And the black and white.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
The black and white one. Well, I definitely worked, you know, and finish it. But like I said, I normally need more time than just half an hour. Where she's
yeah. Thank you. That's
Very
beautiful.
good show, Agnes.
Thank you, Agnes.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Awesome.
I'm changing my screen.
So, Agnes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I to change my screen again, but
thank you.
Thank you for joining,
Agnes.
everybody.
Thanks, Agnes. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you, John.
birthday.
Happy birthday, John. Have a good day, John.